Legend has it that Bucharest was founded by a shepherd named Bucur, who built a church on the right bank of the Dâmbovița River. The city, which lies on the Wallachian plains between the Carpathian foothills and the Danube River, was settled by Ghetto Dacians as early as 70 BC. By 1459, a princely residence and military citadel had been established under the chancellery of infamous Prince Vlad Țepeș. By the end of the 17th century, the city was the capital of Wallachia and ranked among southeastern Europe's wealthiest cities. Bucharest became the national capital in 1862, as it lay on the main trade route between east and west. The early 20th century was Bucharest's golden age. Large neoclassical buildings sprang up, fashionable parks were laid out and landscaped on Parisian models, and by the end of the 1930s, Bucharest was known throughout Europe as Little Paris. Many of its monumental buildings, constructed in the 19th century, displayed the influence of French architectural style. Today, the dynamic life of this fascinating metropolis, in step with the times, unfolds different charms, which are ever waiting to be discovered along its bustling streets flanked with eclectic buildings. Traditional Romanian cooking can be savoured alongside international cuisine, and in summer, festive beer gardens and picturesque parks are filled with cheerful crowds. The people are usually very friendly and keen to help. Young ones know English, older ones rather French. But there is always room for surprises. But no matter where you go, be very careful about your bags, wallet, money and documents, especially in crowded areas. If you want to visit the city, it's advisable that you should have a map or city guide with you. It will be helpful, especially since there are not too many signs indicating the direction to various city attractions, no info kiosks or tourist offices. Otherwise, the city is fun, and there's a lot to see and do there. And it's quite safe for men and women. You should be able to walk late at night without much to worry about. It actually depends on the part of the city you're in. More importantly, like any great city, Bucharest believes in itself. A lively student base takes over the historic centre's open-air bar scene. All-age couples attend theatre or opera or foreign language films kept in their original tongue. And families seeking a quiet weekend lounge all day in Bucharest's often well-kept parks. Not what one might expect, considering revolution tore the city apart less than 2 decades ago. Bucharest offers a number of superb museums, galleries, exquisite Orthodox churches, and architectural surprises, and its political legacy provides a fascinating selection of sites where visitors can rediscover the events and emotions of its history. Banej's major advantage was its location within Bucharest city limits, which makes access to public transport very easy. Bucharest's public transport system is made up of the Bucharest Metro, signed with a big M, and a surface transport system run by RATB, which consists of buses, trams, trolleybuses and light rail. Because of Bucharest's infrastructural problems, it's better to choose the subway. There are 5 subway lines, from north to south, from east to west, and you can find a map of these lines at the entrance to any station. The cost for a card for 2 trips is 4 RON. A 1-day pass for 1 person, 6 RON. A card for 10 trips, 10 RON. A weekly pass for 1 person is 15 RON. And a card that will give you 62 trips, valid for 1 month, is 37 RON. Bucharest has 2 airports, 4 train and several bus terminals. If you're coming or leaving by air, Otopeni will be your entry-exit point for Bucharest. Opened in the late 1960s, Otopeni is today Romania's largest and busiest airport. This airport is located 16 kilometers north of Bucharest. There are 2 main options for getting to the city, taking bus 783 or using a taxi. To get to or from the Gare du Nord, the main train station, take bus 780. Cost of the trip is 8.6 lei return, which is bought at a kiosk near the bus stop. Another airport is Aurel Vleciu. It's theoretically being converted into a business airport, but more likely it will fully close. Bucharest has a climate which is considered to be a continental climate, meaning that the winters in the area are somewhat cold and snowy, and the summers are warmer and dry. Visitors should know that there are some areas of Bucharest which can get very warm during the summer months, especially toward the end of summer. Bucharest has seen 100-degree days on a fairly regular basis, and some travelers may find the heat to be somewhat uncomfortable. If possible, planning trips for spring or fall may make the time spent in Bucharest more enjoyable. The best time to holiday in Bucharest is in the middle of the seasons of spring in April and May, or autumn in September and October. Don't expect theme parks and souvenir stands when you go on holiday to Bucharest. The city's attractions are mainly galleries and museums, so it is best to leave the children at home when you travel to Bucharest. The city does, however, have a growing reputation among clubbers and gamblers, with many new nightclubs and casinos opening apace. With the opening up of Eastern Europe, a holiday in Bucharest, capital of Romania, has become an interesting experience. It has a rather grim architectural aspect and has museums and main attractions telling the story of its communist era under the notorious Nicolae Ceausescu. Many people travel to Bucharest simply out of curiosity and discover that this paradoxical city has a sophisticated air and plenty to recommend it.